ready to take a journey with me tonight, we're going to explore some esoteric themes, and we're going to hopefully open up our minds a little bit and talk about being limitless. You guys know that I like to start out with definitions uh, regarding being limitless. Whoa, it didn't switch for me. What does it mean to be limitless? It means without end, without limits, or without boundaries. Imagine if we had our life in a state of limitlessness. Maybe we just traded all day in the flow, no stops. Just we saw the chart as the trades came to us, and we took those trades, and we were unlimited. What if the amount of money that we're able to create for our family through the stock market was limitless? What if the things that we're meant to achieve in this life are truly limitless, and we put those beliefs on ourselves? This all got started because, one of my close friends, Texas Bill, introduced this show to us where Chris Hemsworth goes in and he does things that are limitless, and he tries to make himself as limitless as possible through doing things like deep water diving, climbing ropes, tight walking, fasting and spearing fish underwater. He's a regular man, a beautiful regular man, but still a regular man. What makes him have the capability to be able to do that? That we can't? Nothing. We can do anything that we want to do as long as we operate inside of some natural laws of the universe. Obviously, we can't just say in a certain way, abracadabra, and $1 billion is in front of us. Okay, that doesn't follow the laws of the universe. But we can create magic if we operate inside of those. And tonight we're going to talk about those 12 natural laws, the spiritual laws of the universe, And it's a little bit esoteric, but it's something that I've studied myself for a long time. And hopefully I can bring some benefit to y'all tonight with that. What's a law? A law is a thing regarded as having the binding force or effect of a formal system of rules. Why do you guys think those Fibonacci levels work? Laws of the universe. Why is it that when you plant a seed in the ground and you water it and you nurture it and it has the right grow conditions, it grows into that rose bush in your front yard? Laws of the universe. These things never change, and they haven't changed since the beginning of time. And if we learn how to operate within those laws, it's basically like a hack to the system. It's a fast track to creating your life, to manifesting your vision. We're going to start off tonight talking about the first 3. Over the course of the week, we're going to do 3 a night. And hopefully by the end of it, you guys will have ideas that will lead you to being a master creator, a master manifester, and help you get the limits off of your brain, off of your body, so that you can truly be limitless. What are the laws of the universe, and how do they work? In the same way that there are natural laws like the law of gravity discovered by Isaac Newton, there are also spiritual laws. They're believed to be a total of 12 universal laws that have existed since the very beginning of the universe and have withstood the test of time. These immutable principles of the universe are said to be the basis of everything and can act as guiding principles to help you shape your life and to live it to its fullest. In other words, learning about these laws can help your personal growth and allow you to gain a more intuitive understanding of the world around us. The last time I spoke with y'all, we talked about getting an A+. Anybody remember what the U stood for? A better understanding. In that specific instance, we wanted a better understanding of the market. We wanted a better understanding of our own emotions. Now let's talk about it on a grander scale. How can we understand the world around us better in order to create our A+ life? The 12 spiritual laws of the universe are as follows, and I'm going to start with the first 3 that we're going to cover tonight. Divine oneness, the law of vibration, and the law of attraction. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the law of correspondence, the law of relativity, and the law of inspired action. On Wednesday night, we're going to discuss gender, polarity, and the law of compensation. On Thursday, we're going to discuss the transmutation of energy, the law of rhythm, and the law of cause and effect. The universe is a very highly organized place. Just like, let's say, a tree, for example. You cut down a tree, what happens? On the inside of it, there's rings to let you know exactly how long that tree has been alive. Think about your own body, how things work. How your eyes are able to do the complex functions connected to your brain to see a candle on the chart go red or green, up or down, and be able to, in microseconds, process your decision to buy, to sell, to make money, to over these, highly complex functions. They're all organized by the universe, from the smallest atom all the way to the biggest processes in our universe, the changing of the seasons, the et cetera, et cetera. And the thing about these spiritual laws is that they're all interconnected, and they're believed to govern everything that exists in the cosmos. So let's begin now, and we'll start to understand these laws and how we can use them in favor of our journey to becoming limitless. Man, guys, I love freedom. You guys know my 3 F's: freedom, family, finances. Imagine if you have really, truly limitless freedom in this life. Imagine if you have limitless finances, and what you can achieve with your family is truly limitless. First of all, we have the law of divine oneness. The law of divine oneness says that everything and everyone is connected. Who's heard that before? Everything is everything. This universal law dictates that every thought and feeling that exists in this world are intertwined and can affect anyone regardless of who they belong to. This means that everything we do has a ripple effect. Anybody heard of the butterfly effect, or maybe seen that movie? And these thoughts, these words, these actions, they impact the collective, the zeitgeist. Every word you utter, choice you make, desire you have, it will affect the world as a whole, and in return, the people in your own life, and especially included you. To make the most out of this universal principle, it's recommended to think of yourself as part of that everything that surrounds you. You can start by trying to ask yourself questions like, how can I show compassion and acceptance towards those I don't understand? Or how about questions like, what would love do? I purposely didn't make the second slide for these going forward because I thought it might be important for some of y'all to take notes. I've done a lot of the work for you, but I really want some of these things to stick in y'all's head tonight as a community, as a group, as a one unit that we have as the wolf pack to trade, to make the goal of making money for our family. So with this law of divine oneness in mind, how do we use that? How do we gather that for our benefit of manifesting our vision, of achieving our dreams through these universal laws? Well, number one, let's talk about the power of community. I've said it before in other chats. You guys have read it in different books. The mastermind. You'll hear me say tens and thousands of times that the input equals the output. 2 plus 2 always equals 4 for my students that work with me a lot. But how about in the divine principle of oneness, 1 plus 1 equals 3. That's where the magic happens, guys. When you put yourself and realize, I'm one with the market. I'm one with my fellow trader. I'm one with my own self. I treat myself good. I treat the people around me good. I treat my environment well. You start to see exponential gains. You start to see that extra mile from the universe that chooses you as being a steward of the things that you wish to create. Would it make sense for the universe to give you a Lamborghini if you run it on 4 flat tires and don't change the oil? No, the universe always wants to benefit the greater good because it's all one thing. Everything that ever was, everything that is, and everything that ever will be. Would it be smart for the universe to give you $1 billion if you don't know how to spend it? If you don't have a plan for it? If you wouldn't truly love you, or if it would hurt you more than it would help you? The universe won't do that to you. It's just not in the organizational impact of the universe. With that in mind, on a smaller, more micro basis, how can we use that on a day-to-day? We can flood the world around us with love. That's something that's severely lacking nowadays, guys. You hear me say it a lot. Love those people that love you. Well, what if you take it to a bigger thing? What if you take it a step further? What if you love the people that don't love you? What if you love the guy who flipped you off in traffic? What if you love the guy who cut in front of you? What if you love that old stupid stinky boss that made you work till 5:15 on a Friday? Took you away from your family. What starts to happen? That love starts to grow exponentially, and you start getting all that love back. And that doesn't mean a one-to-one. That's not how the universe works. But maybe you start pouring love into the world around you, and all of a sudden, the lights at your house are a little bit brighter. All of a sudden, that bank account is a little bit fatter. All of a sudden, you're a little more disciplined. All of a sudden, that trade that was on the fence before, that was a break-even trade, is now a couple % green trade. Because the universe wants to look after the people that look after it. Let's talk about radical acceptance. Present doesn't have to be perfect. You know, we've talked about that in the various different series that we've done. When you accept the fact, like I've said before, that you're a student, that you're in growth, that you're learning how to trade, that maybe the life that you have right now doesn't match that life on your vision board. Maybe the life you have right now doesn't match that intention statement that you've created for your life. Like Texas Bill, I want to be the best me that I can be. Well, what if you look back on today and say, I wasn't the best me I could be today. Accept that. Show yourself love. You know, we talk about trading being a meritocracy, and that's exactly how it should be traded. But that's not how your whole life has to be. If you have a red day, you don't love yourself, you don't love your wife, you don't love your neighbor, you don't love your dog. All that's going to do is drag you into that negative cycle. Just accept things for how they are and continue to flood the world with love. Remember, all the way back in one of the first series that I did with y'all, we talked about what's the best, most effective way to change behavior. And I told y'all it was positive reinforcement. I've studied this stuff extensively throughout the years. In positive reinforcement, you're going to minimize the bad, not focus on it. And you're going to do what? You're going to focus on the good things. You're going to focus on the behavior that you want. And when that happens, you're going to continue to flood the world with love. When this happens, you automatically become in tune with everything. And that's what I'm going to say about the law of divine oneness for tonight. We'll tie it all together at the end. Secondly is the spiritual laws of the universe. Let's talk about vibration. Albert Einstein is one of the most widely accepted leaders of thought in recent times. Everyone agrees that he was one of the smartest people, not because of the things he could recite from memory, but because of the way he could use his brain to visualize things, to work out problems, to see things that other people couldn't see. And you know what he said? He said, everything in life is vibration. That's pretty powerful, guys. Everything is vibration. You're vibrating. Have you ever had one of those days where you're so mad you could spit nails? I've been there. Whether it's trading related or not. I've been so mad that I could just rah! And what happens? What happens to your body when you're in that state? You look down, what's going on? Your hands are shaking. Maybe your lips are fluttering. Maybe your eyes twitching. Your body is on that stage of vibration that it's just moving. It's hopping, right? Well, your brain is on the stage of vibration at every minute during your day, whether you realize it or not. And what is the speed of vibration? What would physics define that as? It'd be the frequency of your vibration. Are you rocking out 1,000 shakes per minute? That's not physics talk, by the way. That's Joker talk. But are you rocking out at that 1,000 shakes per minute? Or are you rocking out at 5 shakes per minute? 100 shakes per minute? It's not always about shaking. It's about being on the same frequency as the things that you want to create. The laws of physics dictate that particles in all states of matter are in constant motion. Everything moves and has its own personal frequency and vibration. Our thoughts and our emotions send out vibration into the universe with a corresponding frequency, just like tuning into the radio. 100.1 country radio, 99.3 old school rock, 90.6 classical music and NPR. The frequency. Your body has that, just like that radio tower, and you're transmitting that frequency out into the world, whether you realize it or not. At every minute, at every second of the day, you're transmitting your frequency. High-level vibrations naturally resonate, I want you to remember that word, and create similar vibrations, and the same goes for low-level vibrations. We've all seen it, this example. How many times you've been around somebody and all of a sudden they start complaining? Oh, I'm hot. I'm tired. I'm sick. I'm losing. I'm dumb. I'm stupid. Everyone who hears it's going to start thinking of what's wrong with them and how they can join in. Misery loves company, right? We've all heard that old cliche. Everyone starts in with their sad stories and it gets contagious. Well, guess what happens? You just changed your radio station from I'm a happy creator transmitting my frequency to the universe to, hey, universe, everything is BS. I'm a loser. I'm dumb. I don't love myself. I don't love the world that I'm at. I don't accept my present circumstances, even though I can't control the past or the future. You change the dial. If you send out thoughts of hatred, jealousy, or envy, the same would be sent back by others. Such is the power of the universe. To utilize this law, you first need to understand the object of your desire and then match your vibration to it. What's the object of your desire? For me, it's complete freedom. Through my finances, through my family, through the world, I want to be able to create however I see fit. I want to be able to share my gifts with the world. I want to be able to flood love into the world. And people say to me sometimes, Joker, why are you so positive? Why are you coming in here with that high energy? You know, why are you talking this? Why are you talking that? Why? That's the frequency I'm on. Because I want to match the frequency of the things I desire in the universe. Okay? And those are not, in my case, low-level frequencies. So if I catch myself at a low-level frequency, what do I need to do? I need to change that dial. And what are the highest frequencies that you can be on? Pure joy. A lot of us have kids in here. Maybe you didn't feel pure joy the minute they were born. Maybe you felt scared. Maybe you felt terrified. Maybe you thought, how am I going to pay for college, etc., etc. And all of that is okay. But maybe they came to you about a year and a half later and said, Daddy, I love you. What do you feel? Pure joy. How many of you, maybe got married or maybe you can remember back to when you got your first car. And that was, for me, that was freedom. I'm ready to crank that radio up and rock and roll, baby. I'm going wherever I want to go. I felt pure love. I felt a love like I have not felt for any other automobile since then. Those are the two highest frequencies in this world, is pure joy and pure love. Now, what do we know? Input equals output. Input equals output. Input equals output. I'm going to say it 1,000 times until everyone gets it. What happens if you start putting out nothing but pure joy and pure love? Man, can you imagine? I've sat here and shared my heart with y'all for several weeks now, and what happened? Thank you guys to everyone who has sent me positive messages over those couple weeks. I love this Discord. I love being able to share things that have taken me years to learn with people that I consider my friends, with people that I care about. And that love always comes back. Imagine if you do that in your whole world. You put out that joy, you put out that love. Imagine what your life will look like. Let's talk about a couple other ways really quickly to raise your vibration. We've covered some of these before. Self-care, working out, taking care of your body. Why? If your brain is the song, I want to rock and roll all night. That's the song. What's your body? That's the transmission station. If your body's missing, half broke down, falling apart, you got gum on a couple of the welds, and the antenna's tilted over to the side, how are you going to transmit that vision to the universe? You got to take care of yourself first. Nourishment. Bring in foods that aren't going to make you feel. Guys, I love fried food. I'm from the South. Y'all all know it. Fried food and sweet tea, baby. That's what I grew up on. But what am I really starting to realize? Those things are going to bring my vibration down, because what happens? Next thing you know, I eat that just like Sunday after church. What do you want to do? You want to eat some of that fried chicken, some of the mashed taters, some of them biscuits and gravy, have a big old cup of sweet tea, and then what? Go lay down on the couch and take a nap while the football game's on. Well, if you're always tired because you're full belly and you ate that food that ain't good for you, guess what you're doing while you're asleep? You're not transmitting. You're not transmitting out there to the universe of, hey, I'm asleep, I'm fat, I'm full on this fried food. Take care of your transmission statement. What else can raise your vibration? Having fun. What's one of the things I love to do? Play games with my family. You'll see me playing cards. You'll see me playing board games. You'll see me playing video games. You'll see me playing sports. You'll see me, because I like to have fun competition. Well, what happens to my personal body? It raises my vibration. And everyone is going to have different sources of that pure joy. But for me, that's part of my pure joy. What else? We talked about meditation. We talked about positive affirmations. Miss Chica shared some audios that guide you through a meditation that I shared yesterday. Listen to that. Raise your vibration. Tell yourself that you are what you are, and know what you are, even if your outward appearance doesn't represent it. Why? Because you're transmitting that to the universe. Some of mine are, I am disciplined, especially in my self-care and my personal routine. Because for me, that's an area that I've been weak in the past year. For me, it's I talk to myself positively. I have positive self-talk. Because I am human. I'm not a robot. I'm not perfect. I'm not, where I want to be yet. So I tell myself, hey, accept that. Love that. I tell myself I have good habits. And lastly, I tell myself I am actively growing to be the best version of myself every single day. What can you tell yourself to help you raise your vibration? Because I can't tell you my things to raise your vibration. You know yourself better than I do. And lastly, on this subject, you can let go of low vibrational things. What happens when you go to a bar? You're around drinkers. What happens when you go to Topgolf? You're around golfers. What happens when you go to the bowling alley? You're around bowling people. Well, what happens when you go to a place that you can sensibly feel the low vibration? Wherever that is. Are you willing to let go of that place? Are you willing to let go of those thoughts? Are you willing to, when you have a low vibrational thought of I'm not good enough, or I'll never be a successful trader, the things that I want out of life will never come to me, those are all blocking you from your vision. Those are all low vibrational thoughts. Are you willing to let those go and do the work that you need to do to raise your vibration? Why? Read what it says on the screen. So that you can understand the object of your desire and match your vibration to it. Keep those words in mind. Match your vibration to it. Okay? Let's move on. In the law of attraction, this is the last law that I'm going to cover tonight. We know that everyone here has most likely heard of the law of attraction in some form or fashion. In fact, it's one of the most popular, if not the most popular, of all the spiritual laws of the universe. You've probably heard of books like The Secret. You've probably heard of books like Think and Grow Rich and so on and so forth. But this law asserts that you receive what you attract with your thoughts, emotions, and actions. And I have more to add to that in a second. But it basically reflects your self-worth. That's a huge word. Self-worth. What are you worth? You worth low vibrational ideas? Or are you worth high vibrational ideas? Are you worth matching your frequency to the things that you desire? I can't tell you that. I can't decide that. Your husband can't tell you that. Your wife can't tell you that. Your kids can't tell you that. Your boss can't tell you that. You know who decides self-worth? It's in the title. Yourself. Like with the law of vibration, where you have to vibrate on the same frequency with the thing or notion that you want to get. The law of attraction dictates that you need to have positive thoughts and energy to have them in your life. A second ago, I used the analogy of you go to bowlers, or you go to the bowling alley, you see bowlers. You go to the baseball park, you see baseball players. With the law of attraction, like attracts like. Okay, are you money in your own mind? Because if you are, you're going to automatically have money. Are you a great dad in your own mind? Because if you are, you know what's going to happen? You're going to be a great dad. Are you a great husband? Are you a great wife in your own mind? If you are, guess what's going to happen? That input is going to equal the output. You thinking that, you believing that, you identifying as that is naturally going to show up in your life, because like attracts like. How many times when we used to have malls, now they don't even really do malls like they did when I was growing up. But you go to the mall or you go down to high school and what do you see? You see all the sports players hanging together. You see all the cheerleaders hanging together. You see all the emos hanging together. You see all the nerds or quote unquote smart people who are, the nerds really got it going on, guys. So I'm not saying that in a derogatory term, but like attracts like. Okay? So what's important to remember is that having negative thoughts is not the end of the world. And experts in this field highlight that the universal law of attraction does not punish people for being pessimistic on occasion, but rather the law dictates that if you desire something and you truly believe you can obtain it, then you will. The other day, somebody asked me about my luck. Why do I get lucky? And I spoke about my mom praying for me. And I said during that, it's about her faith. Okay? And I'm not going to turn this religious in any way, shape, or form because I said faith. But the Bible does describe faith as the evidence of things hoped for, the substance of things not seen. When you can see yourself in your mind before you start out the journey of manifestation, before you start out the journey of creating the life that you want to achieve, do you truly see yourself sitting there losing trades, over trading, not following your discipline, not following your trade plan? Because I promise you, if you do, guess what's going to happen? Walt Disney is very famous for a famous popular saying in our culture, and it says, if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you're also right. That's powerful, guys. Why? That's where it all starts, in your brain. And one thing that you truly have to let go of in order to reach the frequency of the thing that you desire to create or to possess or to manifest is you have to let go of your limiting beliefs. And only you can identify what those are and then take those negatives and turn them into a positive. If you feel like your biggest issue, and let's start with trading, but if your biggest issue with trading is, oh, I've got anxiety, I can't hold my losers, I can't hold my winners long enough. What can you do to start telling yourself to attract that? I'm a confident trader that sticks to my plan. I only exit trades based on where the chart tells me I should exit via my trade plan. What can you tell yourself if your biggest thing is that you overtrade? The same type of things. You have to let go of that limiting belief in order to follow the law of attraction and get your frequency to match the things that you want to create. Now, here's where it gets really powerful, and I told you guys some words to remember. One of those words was resonate. What is resonance? How many times have you been listening to somebody or talking to somebody about yourself and they say, man, that really resonates with me. I feel that. What's resonation? It's basically when your frequency gets amplified, right? You guys know sometimes in here I'm chatting and I get passionate and I slap the desk, right? Is my desk the only thing that vibrated? No. My computer monitor vibrated. The table that I have beside that with all my 4 screens on it vibrated. It amplified my vibration, right? And how do we amplify our vibrations as we move through these spiritual laws of the universe? We marry those first 3 ideas. Resonance is a reinforcement of sound, such as a musical tone, in a vibrating body or system caused by waves from another body. This is where the magic happens, guys. You know that you're flooding the world with love because you accept yourself. You accept where you are. You're happy in the present world, and your frequency is going to be pure joy following the law of vibration. And you're sending out pure love, and you're doing the best that you can every single day. And you're focused on the things that you want to attract, and you've let go of low vibrations, and you are just creating. You're giving your gifts to the world with no expectation in return, just pure love, pure love, pure love, pure joy. I'm happy doing what I want to do. Why are you happy? Because it's your gift. It's your purpose. And if we're not happy sitting here trading, we don't need to be trading. If we're not happy doing the things that we're doing in our life, we don't need to be doing them. When I tell you guys that it's nothing but pure joy for me to go in there to my kitchen table and spank my kids at a game of rummy. I love it. Chopping it up, mixing it up. We're talking about their day. We're talking about their friends. They're asking me about the Discord. They're asking me about my friends. Hey, what is OT doing? What's OT said lately? How's Wild Bill? Oh, man, he's crushing it. You know what? That's where we're connecting as a family, and I get pure joy. Well, when that happens, that's 4 people resonating the vibration that I'm putting out to the universe. When I'm talking to y'all about the things that I love, and it's resonating with you, maybe not all of it. I'm just a simple country boy here talking to y'all, but maybe something resonated. Maybe you decided that you wanted to match your vibration. Well, what happened in the universe knowing that we're all connected? It multiplied. 1 + 1 now equals 3 because the universe is involved. This is, if you tie these 3 things together, guys, you can really amplify your dreams. This is the fast forward button to manifesting the things on your vision board, towards living your intention statement for your life, to be the best version of you that you can be. And I don't know what each and every one of y'all's intention statement is. I know what mine is. I'm trying to be the best me that I can be every day. So let me amplify that by raising my frequency, by giving love to the world, by focusing on the things that I want to attract. Ooh, now you talk about sorcery. Now you're talking about making abracadabra, baby. Pow! Now there's my $1 billion. And it wasn't just because I said abracadabra and it showed up out of thin air. It's because I raised my frequencies. It's because I followed my passions. I gave pure love out into the world. This is where the magic happened, guys. And I know that this has not all been related to trading, but it works the same in every single aspect of your life. And that's why these are so important. And we've still got 9 more of these to go, guys. By the time that you get done with this, you're going to be like OT. You're going to be Magic Merlin over here at Hogwarts, hitting them with that Expelliarmus, and creating stuff. Creating your life, manifesting your life. I like to end on a call to action. I hope y'all can guess what tonight's call to action is. I want each and every one of you in the chat to be intentional. And I said I was going to go back to that one thing where it starts with your thoughts. Okay? And what did that thing say? Your thoughts and your emotions. Let me give you guys the whole picture. And I didn't make a dynamic of this because I want you guys to write it down. Your thoughts that you think in your head, guess what they become? Guess what they become, guys? They become your words. You think on, I'm a profitable trader. You think on, I'm a good dad. You think on, I'm free. You think on, I'm capable. You think on, I'm disciplined. What happens? You start saying it. What happens when you start saying it? Those words become actions. Wow. Hold on a second. You just thought something into existence. That's magic. If that ain't magic, I don't know what is. So now your thoughts have become your words, have become your actions. Where does your actions turn into? Your habits. Your habits. You are what you repeatedly do. If you're a consistently profitable trader, guess what? You consistently stick to your rules. You consistently stick to your trade plan. And all of a sudden, a month later, you wake up. I'm a consistently profitable trader, baby. Why? Because that was your habit. So now you've thought something that translated to your words, that translated to your actions, that translated to your habits. And guess what your habits become? It becomes who you are. It becomes your character as a person. There's no simpler form of manifesting your life, guys. It all starts at the top. But the reason why I want you guys to be intentional with this is because I want you to start controlling that process. I want you to think every time you think a negative thought, a low vibration thought, a low frequency thought, and change that. Boom. Hey, it's done. I'm done. I'm not thinking that thought. I'll replace it with an affirmation. I am capable. I am disciplined. I am dedicated. I am human. I do make mistakes. But in the future, I'm going to continue growing and learning and achieving the things that I want to achieve. And the instant that you start replacing those negative thoughts with that thing, guess what happens? Your word pattern changes. And then your word pattern changes to your action pattern changing. And then your action pattern changes to your habit pattern changing. And then one day you wake up and you say, hey, I've already crossed off about half of what's on my vision board. And then like OT shared with us last night, what do you do then? What do you do then? You set new ones. Make a better vision board. Make a bigger vision board. Start thinking about how you want to give back to the people that don't know the things that you know. Think about how you want to share your gifts with the world. Maybe you're a great, whatever it is that you are. Maybe you're the best roofer in the world. Maybe you're the best teacher in the world. Maybe you're the best cook in the world. Whatever the case is, then you start sharing those gifts with the world and getting that love back. So in being intentional, I want you guys to choose one of the first two. We spend a lot of time this week and all the time on focusing on the law of attraction. So I don't want you only thinking about your vision board and what you want to manifest. I want you to focus on mindfully raising your vibration in the world, or on realizing that everything is connected, and take every opportunity to pour that love into the world. Take every opportunity in your life to experience pure joy. Would it give me more joy to sit here and look at a chart? And I love trading. I love it, guys. I like looking at charts. But would it give me more joy to do that? Or would it give me more joy to watch my son shoot the winning goal at a basketball game? That's up to me, and whatever gives you pure joy is up to you. But I want you to take advantage of every opportunity in this life that you have over the course of the next week to raise your vibration or to focus on pure joy. And that's really all I have for you guys tonight. I appreciate you listening. I come here to share my heart, and I'm so grateful that y'all can listen, and I hope that I, touch somebody tonight.
I resonate with all of that, brother. Great job.
Good job, Joker. Good job, boss. You are what you think you are. I mean, that's the bottom line.